episode 67. It's very late at night. We're finally talking to one another. I'm on the decaf. Can you believe it?
Decaf? Wow.
Well, it is late at night, and you can get good quality decafs. So, yeah, when you feel the need, you should always enjoy coffee. You should always enjoy it.
Or a tea.
I can't sit within your agenda.
Well, this is interesting because I get to be the one with the big flowery explanations today because I am drinking something a little different today.
You bring this podcast down.
No, well, so I've been to our local tea place, All About Tea, which I have talked about before, which lives very nearby to us, and they brew their own tea. And we went down for a nice cup of tea on a week off a while ago, and I picked up like 7 different flavours of tea to bring home and drink.
Cool.
And it shows how long it's been since we recorded because I have 2 flavours left.
I was going to say because I'm sure you clued me up to this on Twitter a while ago, but it's just we've just been at odds and ends and we've not been able to.
We have
say hello. So
we have, but the tea I'm drinking tonight, I've had many teas. I've had some lovely lime tea, which has been very tasty. An orangey one. We've had the standard Christmas tea, which I always get. I've also been drinking English rose garden tea, which tastes like Turkish delight if it was tea.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty interesting. It's definitely fragrant. I'll say that much. And my new favourite tea, the one that I liked so much, I went back and bought a bag of 50 bags of, is Smoky Russian Caravan tea.
That sounds like it sounds like a band.
It's close enough. I mean,
listening to Smoky Russian Caravan, they toured with Led Zeppelin in the late 70s and then split up
with their first album, Just Add Milk.
Yeah.
So Russian Caravan, it is a blend. It's a blended tea. It's a blend of oolong and Lapsang Souchong and Keeman teas. All Chinese tea plant teas. But this has a smoky, full-bodied taste. It really does taste like smoked salmon and tea. I'm struggling to explain smoke more than smoke, but it's definitely smoky. And I'm going to give you a little sip, and we'll just have a little taste. Let's have a listen. Ooh, yeah, back of the throat. There it is. Ooh, good tea.
On a tea front, one of my favourite things at the moment is a green tea frappuccino.
Right.
Yeah, you know, frappuccinos, ice and milk blended together with like a base that sort of makes it so it's not all super clumped up. Matcha green tea powder is because we do like a green tea latte, which is fucking disgusting. It just smells like people have mashed fish and mushy peas together. It just smells like the end of the world. But the frappuccino version is absolutely lovely. So I've been having that sort of quite a lot at work and things. But it's nice.
Interesting. Now I must interject here before we begin. Do you hear a squeaking sound?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you hear a kind of hoovering sound?
I do. I'll explain mine first. So there is a squeaking sound in the background. The reason for the squeaking sound is Laura's sister last week. Her house basically burned down. Fire in the bedroom. Smoke spread to the house. Like the house, well, the bedroom's fucked, but the house is, it's okay, but black. They all get out. Everyone's okay. The dog, they got the dog out, and they also got out the Degu. Because the Degu's not well, we're looking after him for a bit for them while they're in the hotel.
The what?
A Degu. It's like a little sort of ratty hamster thing.
I don't even know what that is.
It's spelled
I'll Google it.
Degu. Degu. And it's the problem we've got with it. It's lovely, but it loves its wheel, and it's a squeaky wheel.
It's fine.
And it's attached to the cage. So if you hear a slight squeaking in the background while I'm talking, that's what that is.
Well, we had some computer problems. Well, I did before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we were donated a computer by the wonderful Playful Wolf. His old PC managed to get up and running. And occasionally the fan just goes bonkers. So that mild vacuuming. Nothing vacuums my floor, obviously. So just live in state of fatigue and chaos all the time.
Maybe the squeak and the fan all kind of, cancel each other out.
But never mind that.
Yeah.
Dark Souls stuff. Hello. Thanks for putting up with the intro where we just ghost about a bit because we haven't spoken to each other for a while. Dark Souls 3's second DLC, The Ring City, came out on Tuesday. There was a bit of puzzlement at the time because it was like because you had to download it even though you got like the season pass and stuff. I got it, you got it, I downloaded it, you downloaded it, and then you didn't play it, didn't you?
Well, the problem was that I thought
Thanks
I'd downloaded
for joining
it.
us.
It's a good right, and we'll see you next week. Okay, so I downloaded I installed Dark Souls 3 again because I'd uninstalled it. I needed some space for something.
Really?
Yeah, I installed it a little while ago. I needed some space. It's fine. I'd just reinstall it when I need it. It's not a problem. Neo, that's what I got rid of it for. Neo.
Interesting.
I needed the space. Yeah, good use of time that was. And so I downloaded it. It did the install of the update patch, which is like 3 gig. I'm like, awesome, cool, we're ready to go. And I boot it up, and it's like, oh, you need to install the Ring City as well. I'm like, oh, that's not included. Oh, brilliant. And this was like the day it came out. It's like,
I said to you at the time, I know PS4 is generally like bottlenecks quite heavily, and Xbox One does download shit a huge amount faster than PS4.
Yeah,
but I'm sure mine like downloaded within no time.
It was getting hammered. Everything else was fine. Like I was
sure
checking...
it's about 4.3 gig on one, but from what I could tell, it kind of knocked your momentum a little bit.
It was like 3-ish gig, but it said 3 hours remaining. I'm like, well, brilliant, all right, great. What am I going to do for 3 hours? So I played Metal Gear 4 instead, and just had a wonderful evening.
Noticed new stuff as well, I believe.
Yeah, I saw something I've never seen before. Looking around in the background, I saw a ghost of a character that's a massive kind of thing that comes up later in the game that I've never noticed was there before. And it's like, oh, that's really obvious. You just have to look a little to the left and you can see it.
It's ridiculous. Cool when you love a series and you notice something that you've not noticed before. I dig the fuck out of that. I really do.
And plus, I'm kind of going back through it with a bit of a fine-tooth comb because I'm going to be going on Metal Gear Mondays in a couple of weeks' time to talk about Act 3 of Metal Gear Solid 4, which is the one in the Eastern European city with the bike chase and Ocelot doing the best thing he's ever done. And so I'll be visiting that with a very fine-tooth comb over the next few days because that's recording in a couple of weeks' time, I think. So, yeah, that's why I'm playing through Metal Gear again. And let me just say, it's been a joyous time. But that's why, since I was all ready to go for Dark Souls 3 Ring City, I'm like... By the time it downloaded, it was like 11 o'clock. I'm like, I'll just sack this off for the day. And I've had the day off today, and I just haven't really had the impetus, really.
I think in many ways, it required a little more oomph for you to run at this one. And kind of... from what I could tell, you were going in all guns blazing, and there wasn't really a sort of a... much of a doubt in your mind. But once that kind of skip hop emerged... and you got back into Metal Gear, like I don't know. I think almost like shunted you off the tracks. I
think the thing that forced it was like the crushing inevitability that some of it would get spoiled. Because this is 2017. You can't have anything out with significant story stuff in it without inadvertently seeing it somewhere. Like YouTube is impossible this time of year. You've got. Playthrough videos going up a week before it's out. You've got Varty's 10 Secrets video out the day it comes out. Like, could we not? Could we give it a week?
I noticed playthroughs going up. Maybe Friday, Saturday, I saw a prominent one, and then completed like runs were being recommended to me over the weekend on YouTube, and. I don't know. These were all from sites that I'd not visited before, so I presume it's just YouTube just going like, I think you might like this. Thankfully, all of them thus far have had sort of general thumbnails and haven't listed anything like Granite Cheesemonger boss fight or hidden weapons and armours with a picture of Slayer's magic underpants as the thumbnail. Sorry about that spoiler.
Man. This is what I was talking about.
I mean, Eurogamer kept it classy, and they showed you how to access the DLC, which is good because Dark Souls is never sort of fantastic about really letting you know where these things are going to be, which was lovely. But I suppose
it presents its DLC like a puzzle box. It just presents it in front of you and goes, "Have at you, sir."
It's never really done that massively well. Although probably the best it's done it, to be fair, and this does fit in with my own personal agenda, is probably Dark Souls 2, because there were various things along the way where you just go, "What's that? It does nothing. It does nothing." And then when the DLC arrived, you're like, "I remember some things that did nothing." So that's it. So
do I have to ding the Dark Souls 2 bell? Like, ding!
Probably.
There's one.
So Sunlight Blade put out a warning on Saturday on Twitter to avoid all spoilers. The new DLC.
I saw that. Yes.
Which was nice of him, with the intimation that there's something a bit nice in there, and it may well round the series off nicely, which would be good.
Yeah.
I watched. I was kind of, I don't know. I was sort of at that, but I watched April Ultima on Twitch sort of return to Dark Souls 3 a few nights back, and honestly got a little wistful. I sort of put the first DLC back on the day after, sort of refamiliarised myself, got a bit further with it because I didn't finish it or the bosses, and it had been enough time away for me to kind of rather enjoy myself a bit.
Okay.
So the Ring City went on after that, and I was expecting something super hard, but maybe it was a reflection of how much I'd leveled up my character, but did all right.
Okay.
I quite enjoyed the sort of early level without being overawed. Nothing particularly flipped my wig, but it was nice to be back into Souls. It had been like such a long time since I've been like in this game in particular. I don't know. It was nice to take a break and return and have that sort of gleamy toothpaste freshness.
Okay.
Then
does it sort of start in that kind of weird gloopy gloppy city mush?
Yeah, I think people have seen those pictures and stuff.
Yeah, is that where it kicks off? Like, in city mush.
But it was all right at that point. Like I say, I was enjoying just being back. And then things got a little clever, a little frustrated. I got a little fearful. Got a little uncomfortable. Then I figured some stuff out, and then it turned into kind of admiration, a little bit of awe. Then it did something very much for me. Thank you, DLC. And I grinned like a twat. I smiled like a dafton, like a lord.
So
I tell you,
they've remastered Demon Souls inside of it? Is that what they've done?
That's exactly it. The views of Patrick Stardust are not necessarily the views of the Twin Humanities podcast. So I had a wonder. I got to it with signs saying, "Oh, jump off, plunge attack, etc." And I was thinking, I don't know where else I could be going. And so I threw myself off a tree branch about 3 times until I clicked. I'd probably missed something, which I had. So got a bonfire boss. I heard complaints from Greer. But he didn't enjoy it. Gary from Dembomfs mentioned on Twitter about boss battles that can't be done without a partner, or a little wonk. And whilst I've seen it sort of skilled solo by someone with far less health and much more skill than me, I got battered. I brought in an NPC and got battered. So I started laying down signs to attempt to learn the boss. Gain a few souls, leveling process. You know the score.
Hang around a bit, learn.
Yeah, and it was only as a team of 4 that I managed to defeat it. So I was like, okay then.
Is that Is it a one thing boss, or is it a multiple entities boss?
I'm not saying, but there's a lot to it.
Okay.
Because
like any boss where there's like 2 things fighting a one thing it's always harder when there's 2 things trying to eat you. Like in Ashes of Arianda, when you've got Sister Frida and the big guy with the bowl. That sucks on your own. It's really hard.
I don't think it's any particular spoiler to say that any Dark Souls boss, if you've got somebody else distracting them, In fact, this goes for Bloodborne as well. Like, if you've got somebody else distracting them, you're going to get far less trouble than if you were doing it on your own. And that's
the previously mentioned boss tennis.
So I kind of I got a feeling at this point that Souls have kind of done this before, and far better in this regard. It seems like, let's take a little bit from column A and a bit from column C version 1.3, and it's, I don't know, I wasn't hating it or anything, but
was it fine?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
how does it compare? How does it feel compared to the last DLC so far? Do you prefer it?
I'm not quite finished yet.
Okay.
This has been a journey.
How does the first hour compare with the first hour of the last DLC?
It's up until this point, I went out and had a coffee and had a bit of a think about things. Oh, we'll say at this point that the soundtrack for this boss battle is just shite. Okay. I am sick of every bit of fantasy on film and in game pressing the apocalypse button. It's like,
is the cough part of it?
Yeah. Just give me compositions I can wow over, not lose them in kind of Latin Yorpage. But yeah, I had a coffee and I had a ponder, and I thought, yeah, I'm enjoying it. This is long enough that I've missed it. I had a lot of fun with Dark Souls 3. I really enjoyed the scraps, the fun stuff. The bosses were a real strong point. Well, I had problems with the way that it was kind of monkeying with the lore a little bit. The way it treated Dark Souls 2. Bing. I was really enjoying Dark Souls 3. And it's my own fault, I think, that I got dragged down by the negativity and the apathy surrounding the game. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, of course, but I think I should have shown strength of character to linger on the stuff that made me smile, but it weighed me down. And I think much of that can be attested to really disliking Ashes of Ariandel. And we were all like, Souls DLCs never let us down. The old Hunters over on Bloodborne was belter, and kind of as grey and as bland as a piece of Souls on autopilot.
Well, this is the only time I've ever bought off the bat. Like, this is the only time I've ever bought the DLC before it came out. Like, even with the old Hunters, I hadn't bought it, when that came out. I was just waiting on reviews and stuff, and this is the first one I've ever kind of gone out on a whim and gone, yeah, I'm going to get that. Like, as soon as I buy the game, I'm going to throw 20 quid at it, boom, there's the season pass, done. And this is the first time I have massively regretted getting it. Obviously, I've not played the second half yet, but like Ariandel was all right, It's
like I say, I
Souls by numbers.
Sat there with a little bit of music on, and I got coffee, and I was pondering whether I should have gotten that fudge cheesecake walnut muffin.
You dirty minx.
Oh, horny.
Fuck.
So yeah, and I thought, Dark Souls 3 led me to finding my way into Bloodborne, to getting Bloodborne, which was a real frustration for me. And I questioned some of the choices, but yeah, man, I had fun. I took a lot longer to finish Dark Souls 3 than everyone else. I'm not as good at this stuff as any of you. But
you finished it last week, didn't you?
No, but it took me a long time to. I mean, admittedly, when it came out this time last year, I had an operation on my back.
You did.
So yeah, that took a little bit of getting beyond, and yeah, I mean, I have no idea how people cannon through games as fast as they do. I'm just not brilliant at them, but I love them. I saw Dark Souls 3 lead, Gadget Girl Kylie into Souls, seeing it finally click with her, and then sort of falling into the series and stuff. So I had like a nice little coffee and a ponder and stuff, and I came home and I had some dinner, and I started laying down signs outside that for the particular boss that I was at. I hadn't done it myself at that point. I kind of had the odd pop, but most of the time it was just going them to other people's games and doing it, and I kind of found a rhythm.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm enjoying this. This is good fun, and so
I'm having fun.
Yeah, and but it was a kind of dawning realization that this boss that I initially was kind of a little bit about, because it can be compared to probably like a mixture of 2 or 3 bosses in the series, previous, one of which I think has done it far better. And yeah, I did it myself and with a few other people in. I think we had a 3 when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I then cracked on into like the second half of the Ring City, and I don't want to put too much emphasis on this, but I think it's the best thing in the game. I think it's the best thing that Souls has done in a long, long time. It looks beautiful. It's clever. It's inventive. It's made me smile. It's made me jump. Second half is magnificent. And whilst I'm not at like the the final boss, which I think is the one that a lot of people might be saying has just got a stupendous amount of health. It's it might be doing what I thought Dark Souls 3 might do in the first place. Literally all the stuff that I've come up against has just been like, fucking hell, that's a really good new idea. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Oh, that's really neat. And there's been no point, like, as much as I've enjoyed Dark Souls 3, there's been a lot of points where I probably wasn't surprised by stuff. I was enjoying it, but I wasn't really taken aback. Mm-hmm. There were certain moments I've said before, like the Abyss Watchers fight, and which was like opera, which was ballet, and it was a real moment of spectacle. We were talking earlier on with Illusory Wall about Walnir as well, and having like a giant skeleton sort of crawling up a really tiny hole and stuff, and it's nice to kind of reminisce on the stuff that I did like about the series, but I've really loved this second part of the Ring City. It's doing it for me in a big way, and I don't know. It's nice to be running through stuff and just going like, oh, look at that! Oh, I wonder what's around there. Oh my god, what's that? Can I trust you? And like just exploring and finding things off the beaten path and finding multiple avenues, and there was even like an NPC invader that kicked in earlier, and I laughed because they seem to have like a little more character to them, maybe like they did in Dark Souls 2.
Ding.
Yeah, well played.
I felt that one coming.
Yeah, but yeah, I really, really love this second part. I know it seems to split people down the middle. Mm-hmm. This one, in a way that much more than the first one did. But I really like the second half.
Well, everyone look forward to the next Everyone look forward to the next episode then, where I've played it and think it's bollocks.
Well, you may well do. But,
following the pattern to a T.
I've no problem if I might have oversold it and stuff, but I'm genuinely surprised at
you and your flowery words.
I know. Say something briefly. I need to get like a lozenge.
A lozenge. Nice. Yes. Well, the way you've just described it, it makes it sound more interesting because you have that way with words, because you are a wizard of words. And I will be playing it very, very soon. You shouting "Balm" in the background?
No, I was just looking for. Okay, there's going to be some deep foley in a minute.
Ooh, it's the best kind of foley. Ooh, what's this sound? This is the sound of a bottle or a packet.
Hold maybe. On. I haven't taken me vitamins.
Oh.
Well, I've got.
I mean, is it have to be this time every night you take your vitamins?
No, it's normally in the morning, but I need my bones to be supple, so cod liver oil.
I'm just trying to work out which kind of pills they are based on the sound.
Multivitamins and
are they
cod
round?
liver oil. No, they're both kind of tubular.
I don't get how cool you think they are. I just want to know what
They're
shape
rad,
they are.
man. Totally tubular. Yeah, go on. You were saying.
Yeah, no, the way you describe it, I do want to get into it. I will be playing it, and I'm going to try and play it with as open a mind as possible. I think going in thinking something's going to be shit or going to be brilliant will naturally colour what I think of it coming out. If I think it's going to be brilliant and I go in and it's not, it's going to be disappointing. And if I go in and think it's going to be shit and it is, I'm going to feel kind of depressingly vindicated. But if I go in thinking it's shit and it turns out to be good, then I'll feel good but wrong. So I'm just trying to clear all expectations. Just trying to go in as clean as possible. But it like I say, it's not going to be for a day or two because there's a fair bit going on at the moment.
Oh yeah.
But I just have to avoid the internet doing what the internet loves to do, which is just putting things out. And like YouTube, particularly YouTube, it seems to really it will take videos from someone you've never watched before, from a name you've never heard, and it'll be like recommended videos. First one, hey, spoiler boss name and picture in the thumbnail. Shrug.
Yeah, I was thinking with regards to spoilers about last E3 and how the biggest part of the gaming calendar, the gaming industry, journalists, I'm looking at you directly, spoil almost everything 2 weeks before it happens. And it's almost like if the gaming industry did Christmas, they'd be opening your presents on December the 1st. It's just so yeah. By that logic, there's none left even for my birthday, which is before Christmas. And that's rubbish. You remember last year?
Oh, mate, every fucking year it's the same. It gets worse and worse.
Last year was just atrocious.
Oh, by the way, this is going to get announced probably, shrug. And I get the need to, you get a story. You're a journalist. You get a story saying, hey, the next game of this is coming out. Why don't you tell? Of course you're going to put it up because people are going to look at it and then you get paid. But on the same coin, maybe fuck off.
Yeah.
Maybe just fuck away off for a little while. And I know you're fine. You're not going to get those clicks because someone will put it up. We can say this, and every journalist listens to us. So I feel confident saying, just maybe this year, just don't.
But I think this is modern journalism versus old school journalism. In that I remember John Denton saying that when you interviewed a developer in the olden days, you'd write the piece, but if they said something that was out of line or something that they wished that they hadn't said or something that they'd spoiled, which they second guessed, you wouldn't fuck them over. And that's how you built up a relationship with these people, because you'd be looking out for them, they'd be looking out for you, and that's the way that it worked. And I think a lot. I think
the problem now, where a lot of gaming media, it lives on YouTube, it lives on Twitter now. A lot of it is the moment it's sudden, and all it takes is one little leak, and it's everywhere. You can't stop the spread of stuff like this. A very recent example, the Destiny 2 leaky picture that appeared 5 days before that little teaser trailer did. Some cynical people will say, oh yeah, no, they planned that just to get people excited. Fuck off. No, they didn't. That's snuck out. I don't gain... I think some companies do it, but they could have had much the same effect, probably better, just by having the trailer be the first thing. Boom, look at this. Here's Cade 6. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, but if I don't know. I worked in advertising for a while,
but that poster looked bollocks though. It was
boring. I did see a thing on the Twin Humanities Twitter with I think it was Sarah Dyer was saying I can't wait for a 15-minute breakdown by My Name Is Biff on the Destiny picture leak, one with just the big number 2 on and stuff.
Well, here's the thing: there's no exos in that picture. That's racist. Don't you shun my delicious robot boy.
So anyway, you have been broing a one-row on... Because I saw you saying today that if DS3 isn't your cup of tea, that Dark Souls 1 is still fun. And
it is,
obviously,
man.
You had an agenda there, and you were trying to hide it within some sort of message for everyone.
What could it have been?
And you recorded 9 episodes today.
I did. I had a bit of a spurt today. and I recorded 9 episodes. Ba-dum. I've had a few days off from recording. There's been a bit of a gap since the last lot because I rather sensibly last week at work decided when I put the money in the safe, I thought it would be a really good idea to also put my finger in that safe as well.
Doesn't work, does it?
It doesn't work. I'd had a bit of a shit day as well, so I wasn't really in the mood. And I slammed the money in, and I goosed that door shut. I gave it one, and there was a very loud, very bad swear or two, and the filing cabinet got kicked a few times. Lots of swearing, lots of wrapped up. Went to the doctor. Thank God it isn't broken. Just and this is with air quotes, superficially damaged, which just means chunk of flesh taken out of will heal eventually. Just takes time, and it's better now, but it did mean that gaming was difficult for a few days. I tried playing some Nier with it, but the problem is where it's my left index finger, that's the rocket button for the robot. It's your dodge, your lock on button as well, and I need that finger to be sharp when I'm playing a game like that. I need to be able to react, and I couldn't, so that meant me and Laura ended up playing quite a bit of Peggle because it's much slower. And Peggle is still the fucking best. Peggle's good. But yeah, my finger's better now. I'm feeling more up and alive, and I've had the day off, so I thought, fuck it, I'm going to put this back on because since the last time we talked, I beat Ornstein and Smo on my own.
Yeah?
God damn.
Oh, memories of Wombro and Ornstein and Smo.
And I've got to say,
when you invited me into your game, and we fought like a team, as if Twin Humanities meant something, as if we were almost like high-fiving, but spiritually, as our two characters just synchronized this beautiful dance of taking on Fat Lad and the Lion, and just beautiful. And it's like, come into my game, Pad. Come into my game, we'll do it again.
That happened, didn't it?
Oh, you're dead.
Well, you got to heal me, man.
You've been titting around.
You got to heal me. You know what? No, I'm turning this around. I've had too much of this.
No.
You've been blaming this on me for too long. When you were in my game, I thought
you're
a guest. You're a guest in my house, and I'm going to feed you with Estus when you need it. I will drink and drink well and drink often. I will feed you and clothe you. You're a guest. Bread and salt.
Pissed about like you were on the gin.
All I wanted was a little sippy, just a little bit of Sunny D. My throat was dry. I was like, please help me.
You know something?
I'm taking all the aggro. Please help me.
As if you were taking all the aggro. You were twatting about, swinging a sword like it was some sort of wanton sausage.
Clearly, you were not paying attention because it was a reinforced club. Clearly, you weren't even looking at my health bar.
A wooden sausage. This one that I was thinking today, this one thing that I really missed that the sauces.
Just enjoying the sausage still.
Maybe that's the episode title. Wooden sausage. But I really miss kind of the level of responsibility that like a summoner had for the people that were brought in. That it was just like, help me!
I'd forgotten all about it as well. Until I've been playing again recently, I'd forgotten that was even a thing. I remember I was doing some when I was kind of just hanging out trying to grind in the depths. I think it was. No, I was hanging out in the Undead Burg, trying to save up a few souls so I could buy a couple of things. I thought, I wonder if I can get summoned round here, and did quite a bit. And you're like, heal me, dude. I can't. Oh yeah, they have to heal me.
I thought you were going to say "Heal Me Do." I was like, that is one of the Beatles' finest songs about Dark Souls.
And that's not even. No, don't say. Just leave it.
Heal me do.
No, leave it in the ether.
What will we get blocked on YouTube in more places than
we will?
Argentina.
It's just gone quiet in Germany.
Half of Belgium. And one city in Nicaragua.
Honestly, copyright law, it's brilliant.
I know.
So yeah, I've since beat Ornstein and Smo after I would say I think it was something like 7 or 8 grueling episodes of attempts.
Are these episodes that have already been out, or
it's all up? It's there.
Are you spoiling? Are you spoiling the 9 that you just recorded?
No, I spoil nothing of the 9 I've recorded. When I last left off. The one that's gone up today, being the day we record, being Wednesday, I've been advancing through the painted world of Aramis. The good one.
So everybody can expect all of their questions to be answered within these nine episodes. Then,
there has been an incident on that front. What I've been doing is I've been saving all the questions on my tablet. I've had a little document and I've been saving them on there and writing them in and sort of deleting them and ticking them off as I've done them.
All right, Moses, calm down.
And the first commandment is, what is your favourite crisp?
I lost Miss Chisel.
Essentially, I plugged the damn thing into charge and it decided, do you know what, one of these leads isn't quite in right. Fuck you, I'm going to empty my battery. And it wouldn't charge fast enough and I wanted to get going. So I thought, I'm just going to record a couple without questions. That turned into 9.
I hope that as people like Sione Boy or Martin Charlton like cry themselves to sleep, cry, like pine for senpai.
Well, the thing is, it gives me more time to think about my answers and actually present a better, more thought of answer than if I was just reading it and going. Because I found if I just read the question and went, your brain just blanks out.
So that's the most politician response that you've ever given.
You will find that there are good reasons for not answering the question at this time, but when the questions are due to be answered in time, you will see that in fact I have agreed with the question askers on many different points. Thank you. And then I sit down. I watched Theresa May do that today. Exact thing. Asked a direct question and then just like, you'll find the answers, blah, 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 blah. And then she sat down. Fucking answer the question. You're better than
anyway,
that.
So you're enjoying yourself with...
it's fucking brilliant.
With DS1.
It's fucking brilliant, man. I've got a list. I've written a list in a notebook this time, because I was clever, of all the optional shit that I've got to do before I throw the Lord Vessel down. Because I haven't actually put it in place yet. I've not spoken to Frampt. I want to go speak to Karth instead. Because, level 1, why not? Let's have some fun. So I'm going around. I'm going to try and mop up all the optional shit. So as time of videos that have gone up, what I've got left to do is finish off the painted world. I've also got to beat Lautrec and Havel and go to the Valley of the Drakes and turn Anor Londo's lights off and Gwyndolin. I've got to go get the light from the catacombs. I've got to do the Chaos Servant thing with the 30 humanity to open up the shortcut to save Solaire. There's more. I've got it all written in my book somewhere, and I've been ticking things off as I've been going through and doing them because I want to make sure I try and see as much as I can and do as much as I can and be as victorious as possible. It's been going all right. I've been checking off a fair few things today. It's been an interesting day, a day of success.
Have you platinumed?
Have I
Dark Souls? No, I'm just wondering if you have.
No, I've not got close to any of them.
So why Karth this time? Have you not done that before?
I've never spoken to him.
Really?
And as an Age of Dark fuck the fire boy, that came out wrong. I feel like I really should have by now. And I've always just I was like, it's Frampt, all right, mate. Hello.
Can I meet the sausage in the abyss? Karth, you can.
You're out, lad.
Karth, you can.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that hurt me in my soul part.
Okay.
There's an overarching thing as we come back round on it. It's because, like you say, I've been, since Dark Souls 3 and Ashes of Arandor and that, I've been a bit down on Souls. I don't kind of feel like it's for me anymore. Like, it doesn't feel like they're making it with my picture. They're making it with someone else's picture now. Like, Souls 1 and 2 and like Bloodborne, it's like they've got photos of me, and they're like, let's make something he's going to like. He's going to like this, isn't he? Particularly Dark Souls 2 in your photo. Like, he's going to love this.
Yeah, but a lot of people felt that that Dark Souls 2 didn't do that for them. And it was weird, because I went back... I've not spoken about this on the show, but I went back and played some of vanilla Dark Souls 2 to see what it was like. And kind of do a contrast and compare. And it's not Scholar. It's just... It's not fine-tuned. It also shows you that there can be strong differences in like the most subtle changes. It's amazing.
I think Scholar definitely like Resident Evil HD'd it, didn't it? In terms of the same thing, but make it more sensible and make it more not streamlined, but flow a bit nicer.
My boy.
Yeah, but I've since I've been playing Souls 1 again, like, and this is level 1, so I'm getting my shit kicked from time to time. But okay, I've had moments of going, oh, piss off now, please die, I'm going to kill myself. But the triumphs overrate that so much that it doesn't matter. Because when I do something, I'm like, well, the thing is now, after playing it like this, I don't think I could play Dark Souls 1 leveling up anymore. Like, this is too much fun.
It's a strange one when you look back at how difficult the game was painted when it first came out, and then somebody figured out the One Bro stuff. Was it Epic Name Bro?
More than likely, yeah.
Figured it out, and all of a sudden it was like when you started trying it, you were like, Jesus Christ! I don't even know if the developers thought it could be done. Or that somebody would try it, but Mamma Mia.
And the thing is, there's always, like, in every game, there's always the psychopaths that are going to beat it, you know, with a broken weapon, naked, in half an hour. There's always going to be people that do that, and that's fine. But this is a challenge that's accessible.
That with Neo at the minute, I think. He's doing a no levelling run.
Hey. But then I can see this sort, like, the One Bro challenge is achievable. Like, it's not outside if you've beaten the game once, you can probably do a One Bro. Like, you've got the skills you need now.
Are you going to put it on your CV when you do it?
I'm getting a t-shirt made.
No, but are you going to put it on your CV?
Yes.
I wonder if you go on LinkedIn and you put One Bro in LinkedIn, if it will give you a list of people who are just like, oh, attended such and such community college, went to blah 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 university, gained all these things. One Bro. Right, you, sir.
I'd like to add you to my professional network.
Yes.
So, moving on from Dark Souls 1, it's time to ding the bell. Did you return to Drangleic at all, sir? Ting?
I did, sir. But the thing is, I was working like beast shifts on the days when it started. On that
Sorry, I could just see you blue, upside down, hanging from a ceiling, talking about science.
It was just blah. And I was thinking, like, right, I'll start a character on PS4. Paddy and I really haven't kind of done this sort of thing together, and like,
in ages, have we?
That'd be really cool. And when I finally sat down with the game on, I'm sure it was like the Tuesday. You were halfway through it. I was like, what? Stole the thunder from my heels, you bitch.
I mean, I enjoy it. I think. Wait, what? When was this? What? Why? What did I do?
You battered through that at a rate of knots, and I was thinking, I'll play this together because we've not really done that. Maybe we'll. Yeah, it'd be fun to stream it. Like, we'll have that conversation. We'll have it. And,
well, okay.
You were just like, I'm going to play the game on my own now and get find the cards.
Just make another person. It's fine.
We're all the new people. How to make so many new friends. Who's that? What's a CJ? When? How? Oh, look at the little animal in the cage.
See, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing I found with Drangleic. Okay, so I booted it back up on the day it started because I was off and I was like, brilliant. You know, I feel like doing this today. Yeah, I'm well up for this. This is brilliant. I'm going to try a rapier run for once. I'm going to try a dex run on this, you know, because I haven't done it before. Let's do it. Let's go in. So in I went, and like the first couple of days were really good. Running around, I was getting summoned loads, you know, I was summoning loads, invasions were happening, I was invading as well, being a twat, it was really good fun. I was using the Ring of Kreml, and, you know, there were lots of signs coming up, and the Don't Give Up skeleton messages everywhere, it was like, oh, that
was great.
That was cool, it's nice seeing it, had lots and lots of people running around and playing. But then after, like, because I had, you say I barreled through, but given the 2 weeks I had to finish it, I got no further than the Bell Tower. With the Bell Bros, partly due to other things coming, you know, other commitments. You know, I'm at work. You know, I work full time as well, and you know, stuff needs doing. But I found that I didn't have the time to barrel through. Like I don't think I can beat that game in 2 weeks on 2 normal weeks when I'm at work. I can't do it. There's just not enough hours. Dark Souls 2 is a long fucking game. There's a lot to it. Especially if, we're encouraging people to stop and to summon and to play with each other, to summon and help and invade and, hang out in the area for a bit before you move on. If you're just rushing through, you're not going to do any of that. And I was sort of, making a point of if I was summoning people in, I'd then hang out and I'd then, make myself available to be summoned a couple of times, pay it back almost. I took people's help, so I'll offer my help back to other people. And you keep there's a couple of times I bumped into the same people back and forward, like just waving again, like hello. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. And then I kind of got to the Bastille, and the summon signs just dried up. They were not in there. I found myself having to take the ring on and off to even see summon signs anymore. I think the ring thing was a big mistake.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Because everyone's playing it for that reason. Like, there's no reason to put a wall in like that then didn't actually work. But I found I was invading fine. I was having some fun invading people and hanging out near where the pursuer pops in that little courtyard at the start of the Bastille. I was an absolute shithead. It was the greatest. I was baiting people, I was waving, I was convincing them I was friendly, and then stabbing them in the back when they went for the chest. I was throwing poison knives at them. I was throwing fire bombs. I was having a good old time. I got a couple of kills. I got a couple of losses. But yeah, it was fun. It was good. I went to the Belbro area, hung out there for a while. Had a hell of a time there again. Back to Team Pantu Punchu.
Oh, the mems.
And do you know what? I didn't even have Cestus this time. I was just punching people with my bare fists.
Crazy talk.
But I kept meeting a couple of the same people, and there were one or two that would stop, wave, bow, all their armour vanishes. It's like, right, man fight.
Do you remember that when we did the app? That was so great.
Oh, it was the best. And do you remember, this happened again, is that I'd completely nude, no weapon, you walk up to a heavily armoured, scary looking person, and they run away from you. I got black crystalled out a couple of times. It's like, I've literally got nothing. Like, this isn't a trick. Cool. People are afraid to even engage.
It'd be fun to actually do like a proper series of either recordings or stream, like a playthrough of some of these together, because we've never really done that. We did a little bit on the charity stream for your Dark Souls stuff, but I think that was it.
I think divorced from streaming actually could be quite fun, because it means we can sort of cut out the bits in between when we go and level up. And
yeah, but I think there's something to be said for
we can prep
the
essentially
interactions with people as well. So,
oh, true, yeah, but it means we can prep and
nice.
Then come in.
We've got options, fam. We got options.
We have. So yeah, that's about as far as I got in Return to Drang Lake. How far did you get? Did you do it at all? Did you get in at all?
I got a little bit teary-eyed in a few places. The game means a stupendous amount to me. You know how you were saying about noticing stuff in Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah.
I had this thing with because I love the intro to Dark Souls 2. I think the intro is magnificent, and I realised that the place on my back that I've had 2 operations now is exactly the same place where the mark is.
Ooh.
In Dark Souls 2.
Ooh.
It's probably like a little bit, like a minor little bit down, but I obviously, like, the game means tons to me anyway, but I kind of looked this time and just went, oh no.
Are you saying you've
really?
got a dark sign?
No, but like I probably have, after all, like the scarring and stuff afterwards. And,
jeez.
But yeah, it was really weird. I kind of looked and just went, fuck, there's another connection. Like, I need another connection to the game. I got very, very teary when I got to Medulla again, and it's a game that I really enjoy, and I probably spent like 2 or 3 days with it more than anything. Wish I'd spent more time, but I'd like us to do something with it, most definitely. I think the Bloodborne thing afterwards came far too quickly. Yeah,
there wasn't enough time. Like I was saying, I don't have... Even if I played every night for a whole week, the whole 2 weeks it was on, I don't think I'd have got through in a way that I would have felt good about. Like, I'd have run through and not had to summon. I wanted to hang out and summon and, enjoy it.
Anniversaries are like anniversaries, obviously. So and these games always come out at the same time. Like, my boss the other day, she was saying, like, oh, you always take like this time of the year off for a game, don't you? I was like, yeah, and I was like, I've taken next week off for Persona 5, and she was like, oh, it's always like the same series game. I was like, yeah, that the new bit of that one came out today. Like when I was in yesterday, she was like, all right, that figures. So yeah, it's.
But I didn't touch Bloodborne. I didn't go back at all. Who has time, man?
I know, but I
especially with the Final Fantasy stuff coming out. Laura was playing,
yeah, and
I've been digging into Nier Automata, which is we'll cover that later.
Yeah. And I've been digging into Nier. And we'll cover that. And Nier Automata is in the corner. It's in the corner.
I'm wearing my shirt.
We are going to do a Nier episode, specific Nier episode, and I know the person that I want to get on there. So I just need to ask them, and probably I want to get a little bit further with Nier before we have that chat.
There's a lot to it.
But I've got Nier twice, and had it for quite some time. Never really. I think I put it on briefly, but very, very briefly. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. You know, it's got the odd foible in there, but I know that I'm kind of leading up to Automata.
Tomato.
So and I'm really excited about that. But I couldn't say no to that T-shirt edition.
Isn't it good?
Especially when you see Yokotaro, who's rolling on the floor with it.
Yeah. See, this is great because what's happening with me watching you fight, like twigging with Nier, I think is what you probably saw with me when I twigged with Souls initially. It's happening. It's that gif.
Does it still give you the same buzz, like in return to see that kind of going on?
It's amazing, man. It's good to see someone like a game that it's legit top 10 of everything. You know, it's in the top 10. And when you see someone get it, you're like, yes.
Because Nier Automata's had like some phenomenal reviews and almost like a step up of the support that the original had. I mean, do you see what Jim Sterling said about it?
No.
He was saying that something along the lines of that if it's not mentioned if it's forgotten in the Game of the Year awards at the end of the year, then this isn't a year at all or something. And he was absolutely smitten with it. But incredible year for Sony in particular. This stuff there that I have.
It's a good couple of months for games so far, isn't it? It's been a really phenomenal couple of months.
There's stuff there that I think is absolutely going to be my bag, like Yakuza 0. The stuff that I've seen, not just with punching up the goons, but like the karaoke bars, and the bloke that wanders around called Mr. Erection.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. It looks bonkers as fuck. And then I know a few people have gone, this is absolutely up your street, you're going to love it. And I think you will as well, because I think it's just offbeat enough for you to...
I enjoyed what I played of the zombie one. I got that for a review a while ago, and while it wasn't quite as... the combat was just shoot the zombie, the outside stuff was still mental as fuck. Turns out the way to a woman's heart is with chicken in a basket.
Who knew?
Yeah. I tried other foods, but chicken in a basket always rewarded me with a big heart. I was like, ooh, chicken in a basket.
Again, I'd quite like us to do, to play Yakuza at the same time, because I know that you're just going to be bonkers about it and stuff, but it just looks daft. And again, the reviews have been crazy for it, and yeah, the Persona 5 reviews came out today, and Jesus Christ,
it's what a year so far.
I know,
what a year. And
Persona 5 has got a cat that tells you to make coffee to give you buffs.
Of course it does.
And the cat has a plushie that's in the special edition.
Oh my!
Which I've ordered.
Oh no!
The cat talks about coffee. How can I not get it? How can I not? Why? So yeah, and let me think. There's a little bit of Souls news.
Is there?
Souls news. So
is that the jingle?
Bradley Ellis from Easy Allies is doing a big Dark Souls retrospective in the summer. which I'm looking forward to. He's a good lad. There's a lot of big Souls fans on that site, and looking forward to that. There was a Miyazaki interview in Famitsu, which was translated by Gamatsu, where he was just suitably coy, where they were going like, "Are you going to do another Dark Souls game?" And he's like, "Well, with no plans at the moment, but that's not to say that we won't." And we're like, "So what do you do? What about the next game that's coming out? Is that going to be like Souls?" Well, we're not going out of our way to make it like Souls, but we're also not going out of our way to make it not like Souls. And it's,
you coy bugger!
It was just bizarre. So yeah, a bit of a strange one in that regard. The one thing I want to kind of end things on, which is a little bit of a sad note, but it does relate to us as well, is the news that Midnight Resistance is coming to an end.
I saw that.
Sean and Andy inspired wanting to do this in the first place, on the back of a recommendation from Robert Florence. All media kind of became dull and obsolete in comparison. And at a time when gaming sites would just bang on about, say for example, like the Wii U's poor sales, with nothing to back it up on the other side of it, no sort of balance or brightness. So many sites were just regurgitating press releases and stuff. I heard these lads extolling the sheer joy that they'd gotten from the system. I love passion about games, and it really took me back, and it changed me in a way, not just with the conversations that you and I were having about Souls on forums and stuff, and thinking like, oh, we should do this, but seeing that passion and that pride and just that pure honesty sort of lit a fire in me. I mean, I heard them not long after sing the praises of Monster Hunter, which I'd never clicked with previously, but it was enough for me to put two and two together between that and the Wii U stuff and just go, yeah, I'm going to get a Monster Hunter Wii U. I think my first listen of theirs was maybe in a Cara Ellison episode, maybe, but then I kind of boinged to there was an end of year extravaganza where they and Joypod and Kane and Rince kind of got together and did like 6 hours talking about every single release that happened that year, and it blew my mind. And that then led me to Kane and Rince and Joypod. I did a little bit co-op with Sean, Andy and Owen, who I didn't realise was part of the show until a little while after, as I'd not heard him on there until much later on, because I think he was working in Japan and stuff. But yeah, that kind of helped me with Monster Hunter, helped me explain the game a little bit. I ended up sinking 300 odd hours into that game. Both lads turned up at Robin's Adventure Pod Live in Nottingham. I got to say hello. Both were really courteous and came on our show as well and chatted about Souls, which still means loads. But yeah, it was a big moment in my life, us taking this and starting talking and making loads of new friends and stuff. Personally, it was a stark turning point in a new direction after leaving music, but carving something that's become, really personal and really special, and life twists in different ways, and they're moving in different directions now individually, but just wanted to tip the hat and just say thank you.
I can't really add more on that other than I raise my cup to you, sir. Says. So,
thank you very much for listening. Apologies for our laxness of timekeeping, but we've got something special planned a little bit further down the line.
Have
it
we?
Should be kind of, we have.
Have we?
You know the thing.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
It's more special to one of us than the other, but we'll see. Yeah, so we've got some kind of neat stuff happening a little bit further down the line, and like I say, I'm off next week, so we'll probably get at least a long-awaited the Humanities.
Indeed.
Sort of in on that. because you know your high scores on the PlayStation 4 version of Skyforce Anniversary. Not very high anymore.
Oh, come on. I'm trying. It's just hard. I'm trying.
That's the thing of taking a game that I absolutely love, starting from like point one again, and then just seeing those leaderboards on the PlayStation 4 version, just going like, I'm coming for you.
Let's go.
I'm coming for you.
But like, it's hard. You try and do your no-hit run, and you get really near the end, and then a bullet hits you, and you shout big swear words.
Seriously, buy Skyfall's Anniversary. It's great. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week. Thank you very much for listening. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Dark Souls 3 DLC special that I've not played.
But much like the Neo stuff. Oh, we'll talk about it again.
Yeah,
we can come back means we can come back, which is good.
Yeah. Should we say goodbye?